All right, here's lesson 2 for the week. We are going to be going over lesson 8.4, and here we're going to be subtracting integers. So going back to whole numbers, remember integers have to be whole numbers, but now we're going to subtract. In other words, we're not going to subtract because it says to subtract an integer, we have to add its opposite. And so in my notes, that's what I have so far. The rule when we're subtracting integers, when we are subtracting integers, we're going to add its opposite. Then we're going to follow the same rules as we did last week and as well as an 8.3 lesson. So if you have the same sign, you're going to add them, keep the same sign. If you have different signs, you're going to subtract them and use the larger sign. So they're going to start off by showing you how do you do that with a number line. So 3 minus 4. Well, here you're going to add its opposite. So you're going to turn the subtraction into an addition. And then this was a positive 4 because remember that was the subtraction symbol. So now we're going to turn that positive into a negative. So now we have 3 plus 4 using the same rules as previous lessons in lesson section A. Different symbols, so we're going to subtract and then keep the larger symbol's sign. So 3 plus a negative 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. Since negative 4 is the bigger number, the negative is going to stay. You can visualize that on a number line. Here's a couple more that you can visualize on a number line. Go through those later. You can hit pause on this video and kind of work your way through those. Otherwise, we're going to move along, and I am going to do these 3 at the bottom. So it says use a number line to find the difference. Again, you can visualize that, or you can just go right into using the rules to do that. So since these are subtraction, we're going to add its opposite. So 1 minus 4, I'm going to turn that into an addition and turn it into the opposite. So now we have 1 plus a negative 4. So now I have different signs. I'm going to subtract them. 4 minus 1 is 3. My 4 is the larger number, so I'm going to keep the negative sign. And if you visualize that on a number line starting at 1 and then jumping backwards 4 times, you're going to end up on the negative 3. So right here, again, whenever we see a subtraction, you're going to physically add the opposite. So negative 5 plus a negative 2. I have, excuse me, the same sign. I'm just going to add them. 5 plus 2 is 7. And keep the same sign. So negative 7. And again, on a number line, if you started at a negative 5 and then you continue to jump backwards 2 more spots, you would end up on the negative 7. And then here, we're going to add the opposite. So it's going to turn into a 6 plus 5, and that's just 11. And that's it for that section. Now looking at the next page, subtracting integers, just what we were doing. So you're going to add the opposite. So add the opposite, add the opposite. So you can go through these 3 examples. We're just going to do these 6 more problems in my notebook. And that's it. So I'm not going to use my red pen, but anytime I see a subtraction symbol, remember we're going to add the opposite. So now I have a positive 8 and a negative 3. So I need to subtract since they're different symbols. So 8 minus 3 is 5. My higher number was positive, so my answer is positive. Get this out of the way. Going to number 5. We're going to see a subtraction, so I'm going to add the opposite. So 9 plus a negative 17. Again, I have different symbols, so I'm going to subtract. 17 minus 9 is 8. My larger number has the negative symbol. It's going to be a negative 8. And then over here, negative 3 minus 3, I'm going to add the opposite. Now I have both numbers as negative, so those are the same signs. I'm going to add those two. 3 plus 3 is 6, and then keep the same sign. 3 more. Negative 14 minus 9, add the opposite. So same symbol. So I'm going to end up adding 14 plus 9 more is 23. Keep my negative symbol. Number 8, 10 minus a negative 8, I'm going to add the opposite. So now it just looks like 10 plus 8, which is 18. And the last one, negative 12 minus a negative 12, add the opposite. Now negative 12 plus 12, you're going to end up on 0. And that is it. So once again, you can go to bigideas.com. You got 10 questions. Remember to hit submit, and have a great rest of the week.